What's up, YouTube? It's your boy LETHABO Goat. Hope you guys are having a good day. Blessed weekend. We had a successful week actually. I came down here to actually give you guys a breakdown of how the week went. Some of the trading setups that we saw, some of the trading setups that we took. Some were shared in mentorship as well. And yes, and then I'm also going to be pre-analyzing, forecasting for you guys what you should actually be taking care of next week, what you should look at, pay close attention to, and the type of news that we're also going to be getting next week. And just a reminder, guys, before we actually get into the video, FS Gold is actually also having mentorship at $22. This is FS Gold 3.0 VVIP mentorship, of which you get live trading each and every single day under mentorship. So I would urge you that should you take advantage of mentorship, you should also have a funded account, because you're going to be taking trades each and every single day in mentorship. Signals are given, trading ideas are shared, and should you not even able to attend a class, maybe skip a class because you were late or you couldn't make it, the sessions are pre-recorded and saved for you to view at your own convenient time. So yeah, let me just get into the main part of the video, of which is analyzing for you guys some of the setups that we saw in the week and forecasting for you guys what you should be looking at throughout the week of next week. So let's go to your mentor, guys, and let's get it.
Alright guys, now that we have gotten to this part of the video, of which is the market part of the video, I'd be very much so delighted to show you guys how we were actually looking at the Nasdaq, the US30, and also the Usdzar this past week, and also for the coming week ahead. Remember guys, that is Saturday is not a trading day today, so we're only going to be analyzing what we have and forecasting for what we may be getting in the following week. Actually, we'll also be having crazy news on the USDZAR. USDZAR is actually looking to be heading to the 19 rand mark, but we'll get into that once you get to the USD chart. Now we're actually looking at the NAS 100 market, of which is the Nasdaq, US 100, of which is also the US Tech. It varies from broker to broker how it is called, but it offers the same kind of tools. So this is my daily structure on the NAS 100. Daily structure, I can already tell by the naked eye that market was coming from the upper part going to the down part of the trend, meaning that we're falling into a downtrend. But what showed me that the downtrend was coming to an end was this over here. This is what we call a reversal pattern. This is a W reversal pattern signaling buys. Market came in from the upper part going to the lower part. So once this is painted, this is a double bottom. It is a W pattern formation. It signals buys. So once market paints this kind of pattern, we know that we're looking for a different type of direction in the market. And with having that said, guys, I want to dive into my lower time frames and see what kind of patterns we may be getting on the NAS 100, guys. So I'll now dive into my line chart, and on my line chart you can see that I had a high over here and market came back to test that high over there. So there's a price point that I would want to mark out over there. That is my first high, and market came to test that high over there, right? So once market comes to test this high, it also tested this high over here, of which was the intermediate high, which was inside the trend over there. So let me mark out my trends that I can find over here, so that I can see what kind of patterns we can spot from these trends that we find in the market. So I have my uptrend over there. Uptrend was broken out of impulsively. It was never retested. However, market came to create the low. Market tested that low, right? And then after it tested that low, we corrected up to the resistant prices, because remember that market broke out impulsively, and for every impulse we are required a correction. So our correction only then came later on over there, of which also should be catered for. So let me cater in for my correction. That is my uptrending support and uptrending resistance for my correction. So since we've been having an uptrend, we were signaled with reversals from this price point over here. We can see that market created some sort of a triple top touch there, of which was only waiting for a retest, and the retest only came later on. So from now we know that the sells are very much valid. We're only just waiting for, just as you can see, market did give us a small break and did give us a small retest. So we're only waiting for Monday's market to confirm that we're only looking bearish. But for now, our trade bias on the NAS 100 is very much so bearish. So I'll just mark in my entry point over there and mark in my take profit over here, of which is the first high, the second last low, which means the previous low to our current low, meaning that should market turn before our anticipated final low, we can still have our trades protected and we exit the trade without any harm of being affected by the market. So I'll just mark out that high there for interest sake so that you can see it properly, and I will go back to my candlestick patterns. So this is the type of pattern formation we're having on NAS 100. Let me drag this over to our right hand side. As you can see, this is what we're having on the NAS 100 for the coming week at large. So what I will be looking at after this market is the US30, of which is the Dow Jones Industrial Average. So let me just go into my US30 chart and see what we're having on the US30. So firstly, I go to my line chart, and now that you can see I'm on my line chart, I only want to mark in my turning points on this time frame. So on this time frame, I'm going to be marking my turning points, my highest price point, my lowest price point, and the turning points of which are found within the trends that are in the market. And we will be focusing more on the current price point because we want to be forecasting on what we're going to be having for next week. So let me go down to my H4 time frame. Once I go down to my H4 time frame, I'll be adjusting all trend lines and I'll be fixing on what should be fixed over here. Just mark out that low properly over there, and I can see that we're having a downtrend, a proper downtrend over there. Market is painted for as a proper downtrend. So before doing anything, let me just mark in this zone over here, because I see market is giving us a zone over here at the current price point. So you can see that market gave us a resisting price over there and a very strong supporting price over there. We know that if we're having a resistance and a support so far out from each other on the same zone, we know that is a very strong level of support over here. So we should be paying attention to that as well. Okay, before I can go any deeper into this chart, now that we have confirmed that we're in a bearish trend, I want to first mark in this trend over here that I see. It is a supporting price and a resisting price over here. Supporting price and resisting price over here. So should market break out of this corrective wave over here, should market break out of this corrective wave and retest below it, meaning that it is signaling more selling opportunities, then we know that our sales are valid on the US30 Dow Jones Industrial Average. So what we'll be doing in terms of the target prices and stop losses, with the target price we will take our previous turning point, so meaning that we're going to be having to look left. So our first turning point over here is here, marked over here. Our second turning point is marked inside over here, and our third turning point is marked inside over here. So what we will do, we will put it over to our third turning point in the market, and we will know that before the last turning point in the market there is a lot of turning points, of which this one was a major turning point. So we will look to see if market respects or breaks out of this take profit over here to tackle this take profit. But should it fail to break this take profit over here, from Monday we will take all our trades, we will secure all our trades. So guys, this is what we're having on the US30, of which is the Dow Jones Industrial Average. So I will dive into the USDZAR, of which is the last and final chart of which is going to be looking at in today's video. So let me just open for you guys the USDZAR. So when I see my USDZAR chart on my H4, let me just dive into my daily chart so that I can mark in properly my turning points in the market. So I'll take in my highest price point over there, and I'll take my lowest price point over there. And then we're having all our turning points over here are going to be marked, and we're having that lowest price point in there. And then let me mark in this turning point over here. Let me just mark in this turning point over here. Now that I'm done with my turning points in the market, I'll be diving down, working my way down with the time frames and seeing what kind of patterns we may find in the USD market over here. So for starters, we can see that already market signaled for us bullish moves ever since we moved from our support. Market shot up impulsively, and we're only correcting over here right now. So we can see that market is falling, or rather fell into a corrective wave over there. And now that market fell into a corrective wave, we are looking for further pushes to the upside. So now that we're getting further pushes to the upside, what we can do, just mark in my supporting prices over there, and I'll mark in my resisting prices over there. If you guys can pay attention to the type of setup that we're having over here, it is not our traditional parallel uptrend and downtrend trend lines. These are rather moving far apart from each other. This is what we call an expanding channel, guys. This is what we call an expanding channel. This is when prices start the trend in a smaller manner and move over and gradually open up the trend wider and wider and wider. So this is what I'm having on my H4 time frame, the type of pattern that I'm having on my H4 time frame, of which is an expanding time frame, expanding channel. So I'll dive deeper to my H1 time frame to see what kind of pattern that I'm getting under my H1 time frame. Now that we're back to our line charts, it is important to always jump back to your line chart so that you can see the proper turning point that the market presents to you, so that you're not stopped out, so that you're not faked out, so that you don't see things that are not there. So you can see that clearly you can see that market trended properly inside of this expanding channel, and those highs, like we said, those highs are properly respected over there. Let me just mark them out with a zone for interest sake, so that you can see them properly. So those are our highs that we're talking about. These are our lows that we're talking about, and market came back from our lows and is actually moving to our highs and currently correcting. So we fell under a corrective wave. After falling under a corrective wave, we can see with the use of trends and trends, we can see that market fell down and rather broke out of this channel over here. And let me just mark it out. If you can see properly, guys, anything that happens below a resistance, it is what we call a seller's market. This is what we call a resistance, and on the left of it, this is what we call a seller's market, right? This is a seller's market only until the market bounces above that seller's market, only to retest above the same line of which was marking our seller's market. The same line of which was marking our seller's market is a resistance turned to a support. And once it is a support, just like the basics of Forex would say, we buy at support and we sell at resistance. So after this occurs, let me just clone this trend line properly. So I clone it into the support, right? So after this occurs, market breaks out of this trend and presents to us a newly found high. This is what we call a newly found high. After this high has occurred, we need a newly found low. After those two have been established, we can then build a series of highs and lows and move over with the trend. So let me just mark in this low over here, of which is inside here. So it is in clear anticipations for us that should market come to retest on that low, on this low over here, we're then looking bullish, right? And after we're looking bullish until 1850. After 1850, this is what's going to occur. Let me just jump back to our candlestick pattern so that you can see this properly. So this is what we're in clear anticipations of, right? My long order, put my long order over here, from here until the resisting price. So now that we have our long order until our resisting price is over there, after this beautiful bullish run, one of two things may occur. Market can come back to retest the resisting price and then only give us further sells, or market can come back, shoot above this resisting price, and carry on to give us a bullish run until our 19 rand mark, of which everybody is in clear anticipations of. So that is what we're going to be having on the USD. I'm in very much supportive of the bullish run that is coming on the USD. Listen guys, we're going to be having a big market crash soon, so you want to be ready and be equipped for what's coming, and you want to be on the better side of the market. You don't want to be on the receiving end of the market. So it is better to fix upon your research right now before actually we getting into this crash. So I'll conclude the video here. Thank you very much for tuning in and watching the video till this very last point of the video. I feel like if you got everything useful, and if you feel like everything was working out for you and you understood everything, drop a comment for us, give us a like, give us a subscription as well. Your subscription is going to be very much so appreciated, because we're looking to reach 20,000 active subscribers, of which is our next milestone. In so doing, we know that we're going to be reaching and changing more lives through the impact of forex trading. Remember guys, these are free educational videos. You are not paying for this, so it is also free to subscribe, it is also free to share. So I'll see you guys again on the next one. This is Coach, your mentor, and I'm signing out.